G'day, Tragic here, and we have another blam. What is in the box? Okay, so let's cut this sucker open. Like I said at the beginning, I kind of overbought. I'm going to do a channel announcement. I know I just did a channel announcement, but I'm going to do another channel announcement at the end of this video, so please stick around. I want to address some comments that I've had recently. Right, now, what have we got in here? Blam! Ooh, booyah! Tyrants of the Underdark. I got a chance to play this a couple of days ago. I loved it so much I quickly rushed out and got a copy. And because I wanted to qualify for free shipping, and shipping was basically a third of the cost of a brand new game, I also got Dragon and the Flagon. Now, the Dragon and the Flagon is a very similar game in concept to another popular game called the Red Dragon Inn. And what I mean by that is that this is a game set in the Dungeons and Dragons style universe, you know, like an RPG, but sort of at the pub, you know, the local pub. Now, while Red Dragon Inn is sort of like a drinking game, this is just a bar brawl. And this is what I call a chaos game. Now, it's got a very nice double board. So you've got a sort of team mode here, but I think the main game, the one that I'm more interested in, is this one here, which is basically the pub. Now, it doesn't look like much because it has fantastic components, but unfortunately the components are probably all, yeah, see, so this is the components here, so they're all wooden, so that is probably a bit of a table. So if I pop out, let me see if I can do this without instructions. I will cheat and grab the instructions! Ah, I see. So let's pop out this, and we pop out this, and these bend down, and there is, if I can get it to function, I'll probably put this around the other way. Okay, so basically there's a table, right? So when you play, you set up the pub, you know, and you have tables and chairs and bookcases and chandeliers, and you just go amok fighting each other, and it's like what I call a chaos game. There's a game that I really love called Whiz War, which is a reprint of a game I used to play as a kid. This is the FFG version, very, very good. And this game, from what I've read, has a similar feel to it, this kind of chaos, can't plan ahead, beer and pretzels, just have a good fun game. So this one you can jump on tables, throw people around, knock them down, and it's just chaos in a bottle, basically. Now, this does have programmable movement, which is a bit of a warning sign to a lot of people, I understand, including myself. But I think because it's a short game, it's light, it's not a heavy, this isn't Lords of Ziddit or, you know, Robo Rally, where you have lots of complicated planned out moves that get interrupted. It's just the chaos is part of the game, and because it's not trying to be so complicated, it's, well, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but I think it's not going to be a problem. So you can see, once it gets set up, it looks very cool. So you've got little mugs you can throw at people, and there's the golden flagon in the middle. That's like, if you have that special dragon brew, you have powers. You know, it's a card game, everyone's got their own special powers, and each character is a different archetype from fantasy, you know, mages, thieves, fighters, whatever. Very, very keen to play this game, because as I said, Whiz Wars is one of my favourite games for light fun. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Now, Tyrants of the Underdark. Okay, so this is a Dungeons and Dragons game. Now, Wizards of the Coast have been, who they produce all the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, have been really kicking it out of the park recently. I got to play this game last weekend, and I absolutely loved it. Now, this is a deck building game, and their other game, I think it's called Crimson something, is also a deck builder. I have not played that. Now, I've been very vocal with my dislike of deck builders over the years. Very vocal. But again, over the years, I've come to realize that I was basically wrong about deck builders, or maybe wrong is the wrong word. My opinion has changed drastically about deck builders. And I think part of that is due to, like, I have a cousin who likes Dominion, and he brings it to family Christmas. And after playing it with non-gamers in large groups, it's so fast and quick. People have really gotten into it, and it sort of softened my whole attitude to deck builders, and I started to enjoy more Thunderstone and Element Domain and all that kind of stuff. But what I really like about this game is that it's a traditional deck builder in the traditional sense of the word. It's all set in Dark Elf Kingdom, so it's all evil, nasty Dark Elves, which is like a big plus for me. But it's the same kind of deal. You have your base deck, so this is a core base deck. You use this spiderweb to kind of like money to hire new guys. You got VPs on your cards, and then as you get in, there's all different sets. So, I don't know what, that's a starter still. Core set, okay, they're all core set. I don't know where the card is. There must be more cards under there somewhere. Yeah. Okay, yeah, right, tons of stuff. Okay, so like any deck builder, there's a number of different sets, and you only use a couple of these sets per game, and they've all got different powers and combos. But what sets this one apart from most other deck builders is that it's kind of trying to do what Thunderstone does, as in it's a deck builder but. And the way this one's but is that, oh, it's a very, look how warped that board is. Don't worry, it'll fit. I'll just put some books on it, it'll be fine. This one has an area control game built into it. Let's put it the right side up. Where you're vying for the control of the capitals, these cities. These cities give you bonuses, and you know, you've got these little units you move around the board. And it's not too complicated, it doesn't take away too much of it, but it adds a more gamer's game kind of aspect to this. And in the same way Thunderstone, you know, this sucker here, this is advanced, adds the, you know, the dungeons and the sieges and all that kind of stuff as an addition to the deck building. This adds a kind of extra gameplay element, which I think really elevated this game. And it elevated it so much that this is, at the moment, my favorite deck builder by far. I mean, I've always been a really big fan of Element Domain, which is kind of like a traditional deck builder, and Thunderstone. They're the two deck builders that I would deem to play because of my snobbery, right? But after playing this, I don't know, like, because I backed Thunderstone Quest, which is the new Thunderstone, like the 3rd edition of Thunderstone. But this was such a great idea, this adding this board, and also, you know, adding the area control aspect on the board does remove, you know, some of the accessibility of the game. But yeah, I just thought it was such a great idea adding this stuff that it really, I guess, improved the entire experience. And it's sort of, look, like I said, I'm kind of rambling here. Let me try and get my thoughts together. The board adds this actual gameplay element beyond just the manipulation of the cards, which most deck builders are. Most deck builders are just, I get cards, I play cards. But this adds an actual purpose, a strategy beyond your cards that you're trying to do on the table, and it really made the game so much better. So like Thunderstone, which is trying to be, I'm a deck builder, but I'm also this, you know, Core World is, I'm a deck builder, but I'm also this. This game's also this board is the best also this I've seen so far in a deck builder, besides Mage Knight, obviously. So, yeah. Tyrants of the Underdark. And of course it's all evil elves, so it's like win, win, win. Excellent. Well, that is that. Okay, don't go anywhere, because I've got a little bit of a chat I want to have with everybody about the channel. Nothing major. I know I've already just had one of these, but I'm going to do another one. Okay, so basically what I want to say about the channel is I've got a lot of comments about what what's happening on my channel at the moment, you know, because the channel's been around for like 5-6 years, so people kind of expect it to be a certain way. And I want to discuss that basically. Now, it is true that I've started doing a lot of digital games on the channel, and for the most part, people are actually really cool with that. In fact, some of my most popular new videos are digital versions of games. Now, you may note that I deleted the Innis live playthrough because I was looking through that and it was boring. I don't think it was up to my channel standard, so I removed it. I still want to add live playthroughs, but I would like to play with people who already understand the rules so we can play basically in silence and I can commentate over the game talking about why I'm doing things, kind of like a normal playthrough except with other humans. So we might see a return of that. And I'll also remove the rules explanations at the beginnings and all that kind of stuff. Now, one of the things I tried to introduce this year as a concept just to play around with was running multiple games on the channel. See, when I play a big game with the physical board pieces, it can take literally months to play. You know, if I do one turn a day and it's like, 23 turns for the game, it's in a long time, and that's if I do one turn a day, which obviously I don't do. So I thought a better idea would be to run a number of small games, some of them digital. I have, like I did a Sentinel of the Multiverse game with cards recently, something that can be like one-shots, just to sort of break up the monotony of the channel, and also for me as a gamer, because it just gives me more variety. But it seems that this is sort of breaking the continuity for the viewers who are watching the channel, going like, oh, I'm following this game, but it's like, instead of being a couple of days between turns or a day between turns, it's now weeks between turns. So I think I'm going to cut down on that side of the channel completely. I'm still going to run the digital games, but I'm only going to now run 2 games. I'm going to run 1 digital game, I'm going to run 1 live game, and then occasionally I'll do quick one-shots. Like I might do a Lord of the Rings card game single episode, which is done all in one day, one go, boom, it's up. And, or I might go, okay, I'm going to play blah, blah, just quick. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do with the channel now. I'm going to cut back on the digital game. So the first thing I'm going to do is finish the Mage Knight game, right? I'm going to push, I've got 2 Pathfinder games running. I'm going to push Rise of the Rune Lords away and continue with Wrath after I do Mage Knight. And I'm going to finish Xayah. I'm going to play it up to level 10, and then I'm going to do a vote on the next game. So we're going to try and get some sort of the channel, try and move the channel back to kind of what it originally was. Like I said, you should never be afraid to try new things, but the reception hasn't actually been good. Well, not as good as I mean, everyone's very supportive. Like all the people who watch my channel are super supportive, but I think reading between the lines, I think people preferred it when it was more a single continuous block of a single game. So they can go, oh, this is the game he's running. I can watch it, and I can watch it like an episodic television show or something. So that's the big change I'm going to be introducing soon. Well, as in like now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for all your input. Like, I read everyone's comments, so, I appreciate comments and ideas and stuff, and I do take them into account. And I will see you guys next time.